Allah.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, first and foremost, as always, we'd like to start off giving all honor and glory for the praise and worship to
YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
double honors to our apostle, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, who will and teach you on sound doctrine, strong shalom for the hopeful elect. All right, brothers from GMS Cleveland branch, Lord willing to bring out a edifying lesson through the spirit and power of YAHWH. Right? The title that the spirit gave was the Dali and a Nomen Omen, a spiritual connection. You know, because obviously that's the one of the many hot topics in the news right now. Dealing with you know what I'm saying, the spiritual forecast that the Lord is allowing us to display, which is the Baltimore Bridge going down, right? And it so happened that the boat that actually hit the bridge, right, was the name of it is called the Dali, right? So Lord willing, is edifying because we're going to tap into this name and link it to the scriptures on how it's spiritual in terms of the downfall of this of the red, white, and blue, man. You know,
Called a cargo ship.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
con.
It's a boat, but you know.
Oh yeah, the water.
Yeah,
the water.
right.
Yep.
You know, it's a cargo ship.
Yep.
And then, if I may, just want to add, when it hit a bridge, and the bridge was named with the key. And we know that you said the red, white, and blue. Star Spangled Banner. For instance, Scott Key is who that bridge was named after. You know, so that spangled, the Star Spangled. If you go into that whole stanza, set up, man, it's a racist poem that was set up by, for instance, Scott Key. You know,
Right.
So just to add to the brother point, this is all spiritual here, man.
Right. See, the Lord gonna touch this place because, like the brother said, is a racist anthem. So the Lord's gonna touch this place because they possess the Lord's jewels, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got to touch this place. You know.
Yeah, he was a United States attorney, bro, for the District of Columbia, for DC. I got a going to history of the American law. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I was just looking up like this. Baltimore, Maryland. That's where he died in. So he got a major influence. Got a January 1943.
So he died in Baltimore too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's what he died in.
Damn. That's where the bridge collapsed at. You know what I'm saying? And it happened that night. You know. All right, you got to pay. The Lord talks about signs and wonders. You know what I'm saying? These all are a part of the signs and wonders to indicate how close the Lord is and how to indicate different prophecies are in the earth, man. And I got this word. I got a variation of words dealing with this word Dali because it's you know how languages go. They throughout history the form you have a final form and you have an original form. Like an etym of a word goes back to the original form. It might mean a specific thing, and then later on it might pertain to something else, but it's still the same thing. So it's different forms of this name Dali, right? Now, this is it says Dali origin and meaning. The name Dali is a girl's name meaning Dalia. It says in Gregorian mythology, Dali is the goddess of hunting. The origins of her name are disputed. Some scholars claim it comes from the Gregorian word for morning, Dila, while others claim links to words for demon and God. So one of the words for the name Dali is demon. And when you go into this word, the etym online for demon, right? I got a bunch of screenshots so we can be quick with it with the words. This is the etym online, right, for the word demon. It says an evil spirit, a devil. It said one's lot.
That nigga's an evil spirit. Francis got
Con.
You know what I'm saying? So he's a demon.
Yep. Exactly. But again, like this the cargo ship that crashed into the bridge is symbolic for the future of America, man. You know, it says one's lot or fortune, right? His payout, right? Because Revelation 18 talk about reward her double.
Yep.
So this is her payout is destruction, and it's going to go into it because you saw how fast the bridge fell. It fell fast, and it's instant and sudden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hold that real quick. I was gonna say that, well, brothers probably don't remember back in the day. That was one of the same bridges that was on the list of being one of the strongest bridges that was said not to be able to fall. Just like it was the bridge in Florida that it said it could withstand a tornado, and then that bitch collapsed. And then this one was said to be able to abstain the tornado, but this just collapsed. So the Lord is just proving these devils wrong, man. They believe too much in their inventions.
Oh yeah, if you remember, with the ship.
Yep.
The car,
Traffic.
ship time. Commerce. Big this shit.
This shit up.
Yeah, you can break it out. Well, can I chime in? Quick, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was mentioning this guy, Keith. Yeah, and I was looking up the third verse of the Star Spangled Banner that the brother was mentioning. So this is just a quick little paragraph I want to read from thenation.com. Again, thenation.com. It says, after seeing the White House burn and the fort survive, he became so moved that he wrote a poem that became the national anthem. In the third verse, he had a special message for the enslaved people, which you know who those were, who had dared to fight for freedom. We will pursue you to get revenge. No refuge to save the hireling slave. You see? So they said, we will pursue you to get revenge. And he said, no refuge to save the hireling slave, man. You see? So it sounds just like that account about Cristobal Colon, Christopher Columbus, that he never put down his sword, not even for an hour, man. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? All this information is coming out about you devils. I was just talking about this before the camera even came on, man. Because right now we're in exposing season. All this information is coming out about you devils. And this is why the Lord is about to destroy you. Going back to the word the brother was mentioning, all right, the Dali. All right, this is why the Lord is about to bring destruction upon this place, and speedily, man. The scripture speaks about a speedy riddance, how you gonna destroy this place in 1 hour.
Right. And that's why I wanted to go into this word, because the name Dali also goes into that.
Right.
It's cold. Start. Was that done?
No, that was
okay.
I just wanted, if I may, I just want to add to that point, because it says no one shall save you, no refuge.
Yeah.
At a point in time, the people had no vision, so they perished. Right. Right. But now we have a vision. We know that our refuge is YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right. The scripture says, in Lord paints a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and it's safe. So it didn't say maybe. Now we are safe, Lord willing. We are part of that number, man. So we were only unsafe when we were, under those, discontinued from our heritage. You know what I'm saying? That's when we were unsafe, and they were able to capitalize off of those curses that was upon us. But now the Lord is slowly taking the curses off of us and putting on to our enemies, man.
Say that's what this represents, because a characteristic of a bridge is something that connects two points.
Right.
And see, and then with that ship knocking down the bridge, that's represent. To me, that represents the spiritually. I'm looking at it. That connection that Esau has with his power, which is Satan. You know what I'm saying, is being broken down.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Because that and it has many variations and meaning of not the word, but it has many variations and meanings to it in language that I'm going to bring it out in. In Revelation 18, we're going to jump around in that, but start at 5 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I had just read one of the etymology. It says one, lot, or fortune. Right? So start at 5 and read 6, and then hold it. We're going to jump around. Read 5 real quick.
This Revelation 18:5, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her work. In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Right. So again, the word Dali, one of the meanings demon, right? Demon or God, right? And going into the word demon, linking it to it says one's lot or fortune. The Lord said He's going to reward her double as she, her sins that she committed. The Lord's going to reward her double. That's her payout, right? So the Lord is sending signs on how He's going to do that and how quick it's going to be, right? So go jump down. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna start at 5.
Before we'll talk about her.
Time. It says Revelation 18:6 on the top. It says reward her even as
Exactly.
it says reward her even as he rewarded you. And double unto her.
Yeah,
double.
right. For you, because when you did to Francis Scott Key, you know who the president attorney?
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The Indian killer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
you can like this thing.
Yep.
That's cold too. I talk about rewarding to a double. Because when you talk to the brother before we hit live, they had this little parade or gathering in Italy, and they had like they got the what's that shit in New York, the Statue of Liberty, and there was the Jake woman, you know what I'm saying, but in chains, you know what I'm saying, talking about time for America to wake up, you know what I'm saying, because he's like, well, what they done did to Jake, like how you started the list, you know what I'm saying, what they done did to the Lord people.
Right, exactly. Because we're talking about the blood cannot be cleansed about him, but that's paying back justice.
Yep.
That's justice.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But the Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty was actually a gift from France.
Right.
Your time. Right. It says reward her even as she rewarded you, and double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Right. And then jump down where it say
That's right. Let's go into the scriptures.
jump down to 10.
Y'all put us in slavery, y'all we was in slavery. What?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, y'all going in slavery for double that.
Yep.
The Revelation 10.
Yeah, hey, talk about drink to the dream.
Yep, that's right.
Well, Jeremiah prophesied about that cup. You know what I'm saying? They were saying to not drink it.
I got you.
And we weren't supposed to go on the they had surely drink. What the scripture says, the nations are mad. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yep,
They drinking this shit. This fucking elixir. That's just really it. It's a fucking elixir. This motherfucker got the nation drunk as fuck. It's like a ruby. He's ruffling these motherfuckers. I know. Yeah, right. Yeah. See, that's how y'all get that. That's an hourly.
Yep,
I'm a real man. I just break it back. You know what I'm saying? You hour shit, you devils. I made that brings up the time, like during the time of the Romans, that's how they got rid of each other. Poison. Yeah, so they got high behind it. Oh, what they said, Game of Thrones. Poison is a woman's weapon.
Mm-hmm. That's what woman did in jail.
Huh? Yeah. Exactly, yeah, with my nigga Braun. He was fell sword that Tyrion folk. Yeah, but that's what they said because Joffrey, remember, he got poisoned like that. Remember Joffrey? You know what I'm saying? He got poisoned. And that's what they were saying. The niggas would know. They was like poison. I think it was the Hound, the nigga with the burnt face. Yeah. It was him. He said poison is a woman's weapon. And that nigga was a real soldier, bro. But you find out. Oh, y'all go drinking that cup for 1,000 years. Can I read just a little bit about this devil a little bit more? Real quick. This is still in that website, The Nation. It says, some people try, and this is just a little excerpt, from it. It says, some people try to claim he was writing about some other group of slaves, quote unquote, but there is no historical evidence that slave referred to anyone other than black enslaved people whom he viewed as a distinct and inferior race of people, which experience proves to be the greatest evil that afflicts the community, which the brother mentioned that the president during this time was Andrew Jackson, man. Which Indian killer. Yeah, that's what that president was. So, what the fuck you talk about as judges? So, which is coming out, man. What type of attorney you think this nigga Francis, what's his name? Francis Scott Key. Francis Scott Key. What type of attorney you think he was a fair? No.
Yep, it says as a prosecutor in D.C., he sought the death penalty for a man who possessed abolitionist literature. So he has he sought the death penalty for a man who possessed abolitionist literature. He believed that anyone who would consider abolishing slavery was willing to quote unquote associate and amalgamate, which means to unite or come together with the Negro. And to him, that justified execution. So it said to Scott Key, all right, that justified execution. The fact that they were trying to make what you have today pretty much unison. No longer looking at together. Yeah, coming together, no longer looking at man is, I guess, 3/5 of man, but giving them all so-called laws to follow and abide by. See, this place was founded upon wickedness. When you go into Habakkuk, the second chapter, it's founded upon blood, man. You see, and the Lord is a just power. He's going to bring a righteous recompense. Go ahead, brothers. Go ahead, man. I just wanted to bring out that little excerpt because it's going into this devil, man. And I got a precept too.
Revelation 18 is 10. It says, standing afar off, it says, for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right. Keep going.
It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Brother mentioned a cargo ship. That port, that bridge was a major, an important port. You know what I'm saying? That's going to impact not just Baltimore, but the rest of America, like the one dude was talking about in the video. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things come out of that
mainly agriculture equipment. That's what they was mentioning in the video. I remember they talk about the agriculture shit that you plant seeds and
talk about the pruning hooks.
Yeah,
Pretty much don't invest money into the agriculture no more. Put it all into
because we saw a glimpse of that when the Slim first hit. How the cargo ship stopped in the docks and everything was stopped. We saw a glimpse of that, but this is another example of that, because you got smaller ports within cities and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, as well as major ports, and this, Baltimore is an example that, like we saying, the brother talked about the connection, Cleveland got a port and so forth, and it don't just affect the city, it affects the whole United States. It goes from city to city, like the trains, it goes from state to state, it's one transportation system. The truck, right, what is it called, the semi trucks, that travel back and forth from state to state. So the merchants, it says the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Yeah, that was telling you.
There you go.
Telling who to her.
Yep. America, Avalon. Yep.
Even. Well, it said when he destroyed this place, he said that shit, they're going to be born in well. Take all their money off it.
Yeah, they set it up like that because back in the day, America was we used to export things. Now that's why a lot of the things we had said made in USA. So they took those companies.
Metal, that's what they had. Like the brother said, the factory. Manufacturer. That's who used to be the main manufacturer. America, bro. Because they made America just the military money. And everything else was just to be consumed by America. Well, really, it's because
Labor.
There you go.
Cheap labor.
Because they had no cost. And you call it overhead, shit like that. Profit.
Right.
Because they had white gold. You know what I'm saying? You had black gold. Black gold is the oil. They always talk about the deposits that this country got here. White gold is
keep going on.
This Revelation 18 and 11. It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen.
Because once it became, it was like y'all talking about the export system, and it also became an import system, which allowed the other nations to dibble and dab into the riches, right, and benefit within their culture too, or society, or the higher ups in that system too. You know what I'm saying? Now they're going back and forth, but now you're seeing a disconnect America being the forefront of the system. You know, they starting to see the holes within the system. They starting to see the holes within the contract.
Right. It says in purple, in silk, scarlet, and all fine wood, all manner vessels of ivory, all manner vessels of most precious wood. Right? Because what that's called the like outsource something like from those other countries, like the labor cost is cheaper. Right. And they bring it over. Sell it for inflated price.
Exactly, right. Yep.
For an inflated price. Like my aunt, he always mentioned it.
Yep.
With particular, and that's got to be with all these fucking jobs.
Yep. He convinced all the ones that's higher up in these different countries, he convinced them to enslave their own people to benefit within themselves. Like in China, they might be doing all these labor for pennies on the dollar. But then over here, it's worth way more than, you know, the payout over there.
That's why when you go, for example, when you go out of the country, buy shit that's particular country, it needs to be as much as it is.
Right.
Like the state, like Jordan and shit, bro, go crazy. Speak on it. That shit crazy because you probably the brother just put me on some games. Oh yeah. I was gonna tell a couple brothers in here. Well, all brothers can know, but you know what I'm saying? Brothers that like certain shit. You know what I'm saying? I know they like certain shit, but the point is, the brother put me on this site because the brother went out there in Arizona. The brother put him on a site out there called DHJ. You know what I'm saying? They buying what we buying Jordans for over here. They selling Jordans straight from over there for $50. You know what I'm saying? The real shit. The real one. Yeah, the real one. You know what I mean? It's like, goddamn.
Those companies over there in those other countries, the American dollar is more powerful in those other countries. So they really getting a hedge because if I take this dollar that's an American dollar, that if I'm paying a nigga over $20 an hour, I would probably have to give a nigga $2 an hour over there in American money because it's more mightier at that time, man.
Yeah, and the cost of living in these countries, they be lower too. Yeah. Like the shit you pay for here. Country. You know what I'm saying? That's why because you got what? Dollar, the world reserve currency. Yeah, the dollar is still the dominant currency on the planet right now. You feel what I'm saying? Who faces this superscription?
Yep.
As our Lord asked the disciples, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Caesar.
Exactly. And that's why this cargo situation in Baltimore is so important as other things that's similar to it. It's because, like I just said, like the elder just said, bro, the devil is the one who's in charge of this, and it's symbolic for how fast he's going out. You know, the Lord is showing you right before your eyes, man. You know.
It says vessels of most precious wood, so like in Revelation 18:12 at the bottom. It says vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and of marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointment, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beef, and sheep.
Right, cinnamon, odors, you know, ointment, and frankincense. These are high-end type of
marble.
Yeah, exactly. These are, you know. Because this place was once known as the Golden City. You know what I'm saying?
Because money.
Yep.
Even if you were a slave, they give you that perception that you're a king. Somebody.
Yep.
I made it. You hear me? I got a business, got employees. See? You know? That gives them that false illusion as if they somebody. Actually, because that's what the thing is. This is a prime example. All you niggas got to get brought on the same level, dog.
Yep. But they align with the beast.
Fuck all that.
The same mindset.
I mean, shit.
The isms that's pushed to the image of the beast, capitalism. You know, strap up by your bootstraps, everybody equal, but you know, that most people thrive. Esau, Edom, they living off that old money from slavery, and people doing it now. Feel me? You got to sell out. You got to do something contrary to what how about travel cards making in the system.
So like it to prove that, because I forgot who said it, but because you know I think Apostle Gabar was going into it. Apostle Gabar, that's who said it, because he was going into how we're not even supposed to touch the fiat currency, is against our law. And on top of that, he was talking about how, like, yeah, the money is worth what it is, but by the time it gets to us, it's not worth what it is. He said when they print it, they at least touch it first. And then by the time it get to us, it's not exactly what you say the price is. No real shit. Exactly. Like anything else. But you want to leave exactly the line. Exactly.
Cold too, because even to that point, that's cold too. Even because you had Jake chasing all the ways that these Edomites make money. What would you see a lot of Jake trying to jump into, like real estate, jumping in, you know what I'm saying, jumping the stocks and buying. They are, by the time Jake get to it, they already off to the next real thing. They already done milked the cow for what it was worth. So you ain't getting nothing but pennies. You getting nothing but crumbs. You know what I'm saying? It's over with.
The first part of it was you.
Right.
You were the first stop. So how can you ever catch up to the one? You're the start of this stock, this whole stock market system. The people, the slaves, is the stock market. You see what I'm saying? You're the first part of it, so you'll never be able to catch up. You'll always be playing catch up. Right.
It's the bottom of Revelation 18 to 13. Yeah. It says, and beasts and sheep and horses. It says, and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
And souls of men.
And that's something you see that's real big too, like the brother talking about too, because you see what you see. A lot of human trafficking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They talking about with him. Percentage. Yep. Got it. 3 o'clock. That's low. And then I'm gonna say this, you know what I'm saying? And this defense that they young woman of a marriageable age, it's like my 3R Kelly, man. Yeah. You see, you devil, 3R Kelly. So the Edomites getting exposed with that Nickelodeon shit. Yeah. Dan Snyder. He's a weirdo. There's a guy named Brian, I believe, too. Yeah, bro, that shit's wicked. They was talking about how it was a chick. I was listening to the radio station. What that shit called with family? And Cleveland, the radio station. What's the dude's name, though? His name? Steph or Incognito. One of them two, one of the other. He had some Jake on there. Be on Melodian shit. And she was talking about what them it's escaping me right now, Lord, when it come back to me. What did we do? Because the brother mentioned a Nickelodeon. Yeah, because Salaki. It was the Jake that was on the part of the cast. He got great so JJ? I don't know. No. JJ said he ain't giving up that. Okay, Jake with the braid. I know you talking about. The point is, Jake said that he got he went to prison and all this shit. 16 months and everything. Wait for the Jake on the stage, right? Here it is. Why this nigga come back and he still able to come right back to the same set type shit, right? You know? Because they said it's a loophole. You know, motherfuckers, it's a loophole in the law type shit. You ain't got to register as sex offender or none of that shit. And they all in on it. Because what was coming out earlier this year or last year?
The name was Drake Bell.
Drake Bell. All this shit that was coming out, you know, last year, man. You know, years prior, dealing with Clinton and dealing with these, you know, presidents and shit, man. Different leaders and prominent individuals, Oprah and so on and so forth, man. We're in the exposing season, like the brother said. That's a beautiful title of lesson, man. Because right now the Lord is bringing things that's done in the dark to the light. He's bringing to where the average citizen is speaking about world and current events, man. Wars that's going on. You know, the celebrity, the entertainment media, they making light of it. They're making jokes and memes, but it's still edification that's being brought out, man. There's exposing that's being done. The Lord is lifting the skirt of this whore. Right. You see? Right before he destroys it. You see, this is how close we getting. Right before the Lord destroys this place, he's exposing these Edomites for being the devil that the Bible speaks.
That's what I'm trying to get to. This word, bro. This word goes into that, bro.
Go ahead. The brother mentioned the Nickelodeon shit. How they exposing them so much. They show you how these motherfuckers, they played in your face as kids or even as adults when you had kids. Because they tied to like Epstein Island. It's an image of Epstein Island and you put it side by side with the Nickelodeon paint. They're identical. You know what I'm saying? Right, because
the way of looking at back, it looks just like the thing. So witchcraft, man, because they're playing in your face like
and then too about these like children's shows, fucking wicked. They just got demons. They
motherfucker challenging demons on your feet. Oh, yo. These motherfuckers, bro. They just challenging demons and spirits on your little ones and your seasons like that. Bro,
I got something real quick.
it was someone went, oh, you got it, bro. They was talking about, that show, all that, King and Kel, weirdo. And Kel, well, King and the fat nigga, he's still doing good.
Yeah.
He's still, that nigga's still doing good. The fat nigga, Kel, well, Kel too, he's still on the Nickelodeon shit. With the young motherfuckers now. He grown now.
They did a new Cooper.
They been grown. Oh, that's another thing, bro. Listen, that's another thing, brother. They use a lot of adults to play and imitate children. Like Andy Them niggas be grown as hell, but they portray a 14-year-old. It's called a sexual innuendo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a perception or like a suggestion or of sex. Like a suggestion. Why his brother went to college. I know we talk about that, But yeah, like a sexual innuendo, they was talking about that other thing with the nigga, he had the big nose. Bro, yo, bro. Y'all got real scripture. God knows.
Well, I got another one. This one, bring this one out.
Which is
It's Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 65. It says, and when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men.
That's it.
And your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
We're in the time of sins being brought forth. And that what y'all just read, Revelation 18. Y'all just read that. Isaiah 47, the brother said. Because we're in the time, going back to that Revelation 18, roughly paraphrasing, we're in the time where sins are being remembered before the highest. Outside, man. And it's beautiful. I gotta get this real quick. Got to. Sirach 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. He will. This system is a pit. It's hard to get out of. It's easy to fuck to get into it. It's hard to get out of, man. His judicial system, I'm specifically speaking of. All right, but even dealing with his witchcraft and whatnot, it's a Lauren. The brother's just speaking on that how Lauren it is, man. Yeah, because it's a spiritual bond. Yeah, bond. It's like the Social Security, birth certificates and shit like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, imagine how to throw it into a pit. Yeah. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And so this is the devil that we're trying to make you privy to, because guess what he's trying to do? Out of all, because he's not gonna go down without a fight, man. Out of all this, he's still gonna try to push that ski hip. You see? And all these things is happening simultaneously, from the wars to the devil being exposed to the bridges collapsing to everything happening simultaneously. Israel waking up, his skirt being uncovered, the brother just mentioned Isaiah 47 and more. Go ahead, Larry.
Talk about exposed season. This is Nahum 3 and 5 making points. Because behold, I am against, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon the face. Devil being exposed. He the prophet. Says, I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, kingdoms thy shame. And it's coming out in many different ways. It's just now the topic of the week, being these devils in the entertainment industry, whether it's Nickelodeon or Disney, the devils are being exposed. Coming at you, precept upon precept, line upon line with the aid of the Holy Spirit.
Right, because like we may mention earlier with the bridge, it happened at night. You know what I'm saying? So that's not, so it happened at night, but you see, we talking about it as if we was there. You know what I'm saying? So these things that he's doing in the dark, it's not no longer has a length before we find out about it. We find out instantly about the things that he's taking, that he has his hands on, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil is the same. He has the same tactics. That's how you know he's involved. When it happened over there, and you just in Russia, Ukraine, whatever is happening at, it's the same tactic. That's how you know it's the same devil. It's the same person doing it.
That's what I'm saying. It might not, because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, he's behind it.
Exactly.
He's behind it.
So the rock and then out his head, but he caught red.
Think about it. Courts have high security. It's a high security.
Exactly, bro.
Like, think about 911 or the airport. How would the hell, with all that high security and military,
you let that plane or you let that boat reach that destination. Typically, they go into full attack mode and attack that threat before it reached that destination.
Well, I want to say this because everything is supervised on the water. You got what you call like the Coast Guard. They monitor the water 24/7.
You got maritime law.
Maritime government. Go ahead.
The ship get up on the bridge, like instead of going all the way through, the ship take a sharp turn like it hit the bridge right where it's supposed to hit that forward to break. You know what I'm saying? It was like the shit damn near don't look accidental. You know what I'm saying?
Because what Esau do is before he'll actually carry out an act, he'll go over he'll go over it on some type of device to just like that we watched that movie about the plane. They can actually I forgot what it's called where they can actually
behind. Yeah. Oh, wait, you ready to talk about that?
no, but what I'm saying is he can, like the brother said, he hit it on the right spot for it to collapse. Esau practiced that over and over on some cyber
Like simulation.
yeah, simulation.
See, Jake, you talk about like this Coast Guard, like this. He was basically like making points like recording shit like this because there be other ships. So they have like a tugboat or like a different boat guiding them and shit like they engines is really turned off type shit. They'll use the tugboat just to pull it in to the port. So a situation like that don't happen. They was talking about that shit, bro. Motherfucking fly, man. The Lord got the spirit on the apostles and the elders, brothers on down, man. Point, don't, bro. Like, that shit don't. I got a precept. Bible study. Y'all mind? Real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, that's what you got? 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. At the time of this wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Hey, who's the spirit of the Lord's mouth? The prophet. You know, the Lord said He's gonna make this word in His people's mouth fire. You know, we're consuming them with this word, man. That's why the prophecies are jumping off the pages. You know, the times are becoming short because the Lord is coming to deliver His elect, man.
It says, it says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's the point.
Yeah. The brightness of His coming. Going into what? The chariots. Yeah, the chariots, man. You know, the nukes, because the nukes it's you know, the Lord's army too as well. The Lord is the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts. So He got a military, His men, His angels, His nukes. You know, also He used these other nations as militaries to actually put forth His will, like the Babylonians He patrol to come against Jake. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom to come against Jake. So Esau Edom is actually falling into the pit that he made, man.
Right. It's cold too, but like you said, Brother Sanders at the mouth of the prophet. The Lord said He was going to give us a mouth that they can't gainsay or resist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing you can do against the truth, only for the truth.
Time's like, you know, time's speeding up. Man. That's why the Lincoln, you know, we getting this instantly. It's for us to be delivered and for us to point out these things that is, you know, that is being brought out, like the ship that's going into the bridge. You know what I'm saying? April 8th. All these things that's happening for our deliverance, man.
Because of what just passed, the Passover. And we're at a time of the second Exodus, man. The second deliverance. All right, the time where the Lord is coming to bring salvation for His service, man, the elect, whom we hope to be a part of, man. And also simultaneously destruction for you wicked and evil doers. All right, because the Lord is also tired of talking. See? One more talk. Go ahead, John.
I got Isaiah 47 for you.
Yeah, read 2 9 and 6 real quick.
2 chapter 9, verse 6. Even so, the times also the highest have planned beginning, wonder and powerful work, and ending in effects and time.
Right, and this is like all the examples, brothers. Again, these are the stars of this system, and you're seeing them fall. You know, you're seeing them fall, and we're seeing it clear as day. You know, just to the point that the average Joe was talking about it. I was just talking about people that at work talking about what we're the prophets of the men of the Lord is talking about. You know what I'm saying, pertaining to the heavenly things that the Lord is displaying on the earth. To give you an example of His coming, man, or in the end of a system that's contrary to Him, man. You know, because this word, right? I gotta get this, bro. There's another word, another meaning for this word Dali in Swahili is the end. That's what it means. And this is in Swahili, it means the end, which is why I wanted second Ezra read that real quick.
This is second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Right. He's the one in charge of the cargo ship coming in and out. He's the one that's exporting and importing. You know what I'm saying? Esau's the head of this. You know, Jeremiah 30, he said, the Lord said he's going to come with pain upon the head of the wicked. So the Lord is hitting the top. You see, and it's trickling on down to the prophets, and we're filtering it through the scriptures and making it simple so you can understand. You see, and the brother just read 2 Ezra 9. These things have a plain beginning, and it has a plain. It's clear that it has an end. You know,
I got some real quick. It's Malachi 1:4.
Right.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall cause them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord have an indignation forever. That's what took place, man. Esau was impoverished. You know, he came back into power, rebuilt it, and guess what? The Lord is in the midst of tearing this devil right back down. You know, he's still building today, man. Yep. Luxury condos, more bridges. Yep. You know, he refurbishing things. You know, as if, hey, that's why the scripture say their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Yep. All right.
And just to add to that border wickedness. Now, whenever you leave a country or into a country, you got to go through the border. So that represents what? Esau, Edom being the beginning and end of wickedness.
Yes.
You know, it shows you, Esau was that serpent, the same wicked spirit from the beginning. And also, they're going to be ended through the judgment of the Lord, man.
Right, you're talking about that in Revelation 12, that old serpent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same spirit that was in the garden. You know what I'm saying? That one who practiced, he's a grand wizard. He's the greatest wizard on the earth, man. Yep. You know, he's a grand master, man. Got it.
Hey, just a quick precept. This is Luke chapter 10 and verse 18. It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. You know, and that's ultimately what brothers are going into, man. The rise of Esau and the quick fall of Esau. All right, we've seen him rise as the Greeks and his power heightened in the Roman Empire, and then came to a full fruition as the beast that was and is not. You know what I'm saying? So right now is the downfall, and it's coming quickly. Like the brother said, these days are being shortened. The prophecies are popping off quickly. You know, these Nomen, Omens, you know, all this stuff is happening quickly, man.
That's beautiful. Just want to add, a lightning strike happens fast. And that's the same, if you look at it spiritually, that's the same thing. That's why you brought that up. You know, it happens quickly when a lightning strike. And that's Esau's kingdom, man.
And the Lord is using Esau to destroy his own kingdom.
Yeah.
Even if this was self-inflicted, which it probably was, the Lord is using him to destroy his own kingdom.
It was a bomb on the bridge, like it was a demolition thing. Yeah.
Just like the Twin Towers.
Yeah. But say that this concept fall apart.
Yeah, exactly.
And we look at the characteristics of a lightning bolt. Lightning doesn't come from the top and go to the ground. It comes from the ground and goes to the sky. And Esau is the basis of men. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna it's the way that it characterizes how the fall of Esau is where his position is at right now, man. You know?
And lightning, I believe, is faster than sound.
Yeah, yeah.
It's quick. So right. So we're witnessing. Matter of fact, look, since you read that, this is a synonym for the word Dali. It says easy, quick, fast. Right? Come here, like they got a song in Espanol, right? Spanish, right? It's a song, Dali, right? Do it faster, move faster, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's it's a synonym for the actual word Dali, which is fast, quick, you know, easy. And the
Lord said that.
Revelation 18. Oh, that's what you just read. That's why that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Yeah, the spirit.
Are you good? And then it talk about that in Revelation 18. You know what I'm saying? About in 1 hour, that'll be destroyed. So it's symbolic for how fast this place is gonna go down.
Comparing it to how quick, how long it took him to build it up.
Come on, man.
It took Esau a long time to build this place up, man. And when you compare it to the time it took for him to build, to the time that it's gonna take for it to get destroyed, super fast.
We see how old it is too. Just like you said, like the Lord, like he's like the brother was making mention, the Lord speeding the times up. You know what I'm saying? But it's speeding the time up to like how fast this fall is happening. But it's happening at the mouth of the prophets. Like the scriptures tell you in Hebrews 4:12, the word is for the Most High, his word is quick and sharper than any two-edged sword. Because the scriptures tell you in 2 Ezra 6:28, out of the truth that have been so long without fruit, and now that it's bearing fruit, and the scriptures is in the men, the scriptures is in the mouths of the men that the Lord has set up. It's just showing you how fast it's tearing this kingdom down.
Well, the Apostle Tahar, the Apostle Tahar is declaring it every year. He's ushering in what's going to take place. Man. Jacob's trouble doesn't just mean, yes, it means trouble for Israel, but it also means trouble for this devil. Right. Israel are the biggest consumers in the world, man. You know, but I got one precept real quick. Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? You got
Yeah, God, because that, like you said, like, you know, this devil, a lot of like even when the brother talk about the towers, y'all know what I'm talking about. That at one point, I remember arguing with an Edomite in school. The nigga was so wholly convinced that that was real. I'm like, nigga, no, it's not. You know, but the point is that, you know, now we're at the point of a lot of evidence coming out. You know, we're at the Urim and Thummim, which is the modern day internet, the phones that reveal the truth unto us. These things is exposed. The Lord allowed these things to expose Esau's secrets. You know what I'm saying? Because the internet can be places we can't. You know what I'm saying? And it allows it to go through the web and land in our lap. You see what I'm saying? And then the spirit reveals what it is and what it's not. You see what I'm saying? And this is how the Lord God is moving.
Hey, that's a miracle. You know, that's a spiritual power. In order to proclaim the destruction coming and then it happens, that's some shit you read on X-Men. Or, you know what I'm saying? The superhero movie. That's a power to have. And that's how you know, the Lord is dealing with his men, the prophets, because we actually have spiritual powers on this side declaring the end of this place, and it's actually happening.
Hey, Jake, one more, Jake. I got one more, Jake.
We have that's what it's the gift of prophecy.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Right. It's Job 20:27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. All right. So this devil is being exposed through the internet, okay, from the heavens ultimately, but the earth is also rising up against this devil, man. All right, his own inventions are collapsing. Okay, you got hey, it was just 2,000 earthquakes on the coast of Canada, man. That's the sinkholes in one day. So this is the prime example of the earth. And then you got animals attacking these devils at an all-time high. That's another way that the earth is rising up against them, man. Right. So his own inventions, just the earth itself, man. Everything is starting to cave in on this damn devil, man.
Because they waiting on what? They waiting on the true people, the true power to get into position. You know, they waiting on that. They can't wait until the true men actually get into position and rule, man. You know, all these animals, everything hates Esau running this place. You know, that's why they got to create GMOs and shit like that, because the earth don't want to yield its fruit. You know, so like the other brother. Did you want to say?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah,
right.
Have domain, like your own domain. Dominion. You know, shit, it really just be a thing. Okay. This is Ezekiel 7:3. All right, and this was really in conjunction with your brother saying that the Lord is shortening the days for the elect's sake. You know, it says here, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thy abominations. Now, I'm gonna say that this chapter is directed towards Israel, all right, but I'm using it, all right, in regards of these times we're in. Like you said, the end is come upon thee. This time of Jacob's trouble. Don't repeat itself. Yeah, right. Just like the time of Jacob's trouble is trouble for all you people on the earth. Right. So it says, verse 4, and mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense, meaning to pay back thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. Ye shall know that I am the Lord. BAHASHAM. Thus saith the Lord power, Yahawah, and evil. Brother, if I may, that's the point. Because the world don't know who Yahawah BAHASHAM is.
until what? He destroyed this place, just like in the time of Egypt. Right. His name was reigning big when he destroyed Egypt and Pharaoh, because they was the power in that time. Right. And guess what? He gonna destroy this modern day Egypt, right? The spiritual Egypt, the spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, and his name gonna be big again, man.
Yeah, because the prophets made it known what God is associated with the judgments that's coming.
They're also going to see the deliverance that he's going to have upon them, men, because they're going to be good. Just like during the Passover, the Israelites were well taken care of; they were straight. All right. Whereas the Egyptians were being sore vexed. So I just want to finish the last two. Ezekiel 7:5. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil and only evil behold is come. And end is come.
Which evil is a compound word, even in time, ill meaning bad. So a bad time has come. The Lord has declared. He said before the spring forth, YAHAWASHI.
Truck ain't delivering
Exactly.
Well, I want to say this too. The scriptures talk about that, because the scriptures say, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the poor storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Inflation. Once Russia come out with their April 1st.
Like I said, if I can say this too, but like I said, that's one of the main ports for agriculture, and they bring in the equipment. And then you know what? Majority of the tractor trailers take over the bridge. Diesel. You feel me? That's how they get it to the gas station. Get it from the truck, the cargo, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they get it to the gas station for the truck. They was talk about that's one of the things in Baltimore that's about to skyrocket through the roof. The trucks, man, the tractor trailers that go over the bridge, they bringing in a majority of diesel, bro. Then it's about to go up. But if I can point out how stores are going under, and all this stuff is, like our brothers mentioned it, the Dali and all this stuff is dealing with cargo. The cargo comes on the ships or plane, can also be shipped via train, or like the brother mentioned, semi trucks, man. All right, all of which are important key components to keep this society and this system going. So just like we seen when Trump was in office and it was having trade wars with China, and it was affecting the inflation and the prices of goods, you're gonna have the same thing happening now, where situations like that is gonna cause the already goods to go up, because it's all about supply and demand.
Because the scriptures say, when they say peace and safety, then destruction coming after that, right? So what you just said, right? What's happening is the earth is pulsating. You know what I'm saying? That just because it let up, it was a point where it seemed like everybody was like, okay, no eventual. What do you say? It should be so good, cheap, but then evil still should multiply.
Yeah, the Lord said that He's gonna send the same plagues upon Egypt as before. So I'm gonna finish this out. Ezekiel 7:5. Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil behold is come. The brother mentioned evil is a compound word, meaning bad time. It says, an end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Now the reason I got it too, because the brother's mentioning the eclipse, which brother said is what? It X's out. And from my understanding, it goes through what? 8 or 9 different cities titled Nineveh, which this is spiritually Nineveh, man. So with that being said, these are all clear signs that the Lord is showing that this is the end. See? And how, kingdom of heaven is on the horizon. It's like you can see the end goal in sight.
Hey, if I may just add, how did the Herod and all of those false people knew when the Lord was coming? They paid attention to the stars. That's the same thing that's happening now. When the Messiah was coming, Herod, he looked to the sky.
That's the prophets, though. He said wise men.
Yeah, the wise men, they looked to the skies to knew that the Messiah was coming. And it's the same thing in this time, man. You look into the skies, and seeing all these different things happening, the signs and the times of heaven, it's being declared because the Messiah is on his way again. With those checks.
Well, even Yahawashi said in Matthew 16 that you can discern the signs of the sky, but you can't discern the signs of time. The Lord is making these things plain upon tables to show his elect that the end is near, man.
Right. And when you look at the clip,
and it happened with Yahawashi persecuted.
Just grab the things you gotta grab, but these brothers got to get you off.
All right, when you go back into that word demon, it says God of the heathen, a heathen idol. You know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately what Esau made himself as. The people worship him, right? That's read that real quick, Exodus 12 and 12 real quick. Because that's what you see, the Lord visiting this place, right?
This is Exodus 12, verse 12. It says, "For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night."
Which this is the modern day Egypt. Egypt is synonymous with bondage, right? Mitzrayim, some people say, or Matazarayim, right? It's synonymous with bondage, which in the first Egypt we were in captivity, and we're still in captivity under the new Egypt, which the new Pharaoh. That's what I say. That Joe is just a king, which king and Pharaoh is the same thing. Go ahead.
Exodus 12 and 12. "For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am YAHWAH."
And that's why you see this place falling like it is, because the Lord is visiting the gods of this nation, bro. You said Esau, all right, money, even these celebrities, these are all gods that are being worshipped in this land, man. All right, people, right, material things. That's why all these things are going to be burnt up with this place, man.
It's the spirit, like with Elijah. You know, when he asked fire to come and rain down, you know, when he was destroying those false prophets, God told him if your God was real, then cause the fire to come down. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened afterwards when he realized that those gods wasn't real, they was destroyed. You know, all those people who was representing those gods, he killed them. You know, and that's the same thing that's happening now in the spirit, man. You know, fire is gonna come down, and all these false idols are gonna be destroyed, man, in that fire. You know,
the second chapter. You know, saying that the idols,
right at the end, towards the end, the idols of silver and your idols of gold should be cast into the streets. You know what I'm saying? Your idols, that's the point. You know what I'm saying? These are things that people are worshiping, right? Which the cargo ship that's carrying these different things allows these people to keep their idol worship going.
oh yeah, you gotta get back.
I'm trying, exactly. Go ahead. I can get your
No. But it's second Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." You know, like the brother just read in Exodus 12 and 12. That's something that actually happened. But here, the Lord told Ezra that he was going to hit Egypt with the same plagues all over again. But the modern day Egypt is talking about America. That's why you got these different things taking place. Like chiefly what the brother speaking about with the bridge collapsing in Baltimore, what that's going to lead to hyperinflation, because you already got inflation. Prices already up from what they was years ago. But they're going to skyrocket. Next thing you know, verse 12, it says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon them."
Yeah, like that's a part of the foundation. The imports and the exports. Okay, that's a part of the foundation of this of Babylon the Great.
They call truckers the backbone of America.
Oh, man.
Backbone, that's how you get it from certain places from point A to point B.
Right. We got brothers that's in that field that know about all that. You know, they know how important it is for this to get shipped to this other state.
And they also go from state to state. They also see the difference in the cost of goods.
Right. Yep.
So I'm saying, and he said the plague, Zechariah 14 and 12. That plague that's a consume is that fire, that nuclear missiles, right? You know, that's what that links up with too as well.
But also the plagues leading up to that, because one of the plagues that happened in ancient Egypt was the Lord, he killed all the cattle, which represents the food source. Right. And the same thing is about to happen today.
That famine.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Back to the Revelation.
Hold up. We go because I want that.
Can a brother grab his real quick, bro? Brother, I'm a one. They all got it.
Verse 17.
Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 17 happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet, hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters.
Keep going.
And it said, "Behold, the days come, that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
Right. These are examples of what you're saying. These are examples of the Lord. Like it says in 2 Kings 9, this is how the Lord is visiting this place, earthquakes, uproars of the people, rumors of wars, and the various plagues and pestilence. And these are signs that the Lord is making his presence known. But
verse 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them.
Right, investigation. Right. Now the Lord is investigating the ones who committed all these crimes. Now he's on trial, standing before the judge, which is Yahawah, which it says in 2 Kings 16, said, how would you hide your sins before the judge? He said, for the Most High and the angels, he said, the Most High is the judge. So now Esau is on trial, and the witnesses, which goes to testimony, which is the prophecy, which the prophets uphold, we're the witnesses to testify against Esau Edom and saying, we saw his crime. We were there when he did it, and we're here now, back then and now. Right, so he can't escape them.
With the full videos, it's the proof. We filter things through the scriptures, man, and make lessons. The lessons is the evidence.
Right.
Right, brother.
Go ahead. To make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Right, keep going.
And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I shew these tokens.
Right, signs, right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the angel talking to Ezra.
Mm-hmm. Uriel, right?
Huh?
Angel Uriel, right?
God. Yep. He's telling particular things like the brother going into.
The book shall be open before the firmament.
Yeah, like things that's gonna happen. Inquisition. That's what it's investigation. It may hurt unjustly before the Esau. This brother mentioned martyrs. I think he said witnesses.
Yep, witnesses, martyrs. That's another one goes into.
Tell him he gonna go ahead.
And they shall see all together.
How? Through YAHAWASHI, because he's the one that needs to seal. Right? You can read about that in Revelation chapter 5. That book was open because of YAHAWASHI's sacrifice. So that's how we're able to see. Yeah, but
verse 21, and the children of a year old.
No, that's it. Now, real quick, this is and then the last couple of points on this. This is all right. So it says this is heavy. So it says yep. It says this again. This another variation of the word Dali. It goes to monumental, right? And this place is going to be made a monument, or what not to be, right? Pursuing the various scriptures of future prophetic scriptures. Isaiah 13, 19, you say? It's a lot of scriptures that go into that.
Hey, and the things that Esau set up.
Yep.
That bridge will be considered a monument too.
Yep.
But Esau, he set up his monuments. He named like bridges and statues after certain people's names. So that's also a part of a monument as well. I forgot the guy's name. Y'all said it was named after.
Francis Scott Key.
Yeah, that's a monument.
That's a monument. It says Dalia, right, which we said earlier in the beginning of the video, is a direct a variation of the word Dali, Dalia, which would be a woman's name, but it says Dalia is a feminine given name derived from the name for the flower, which was named in honor of the Swedish botanist Andreas Dali. Sibidon said it is also a spelling variant of the name Dalia, which is also a Hebrew name meaning hanging branch. So in the Hebrew, Dalia, which comes from Dali, in the Hebrew, it means hanging branch. And what I did was, through the spirit, I went into what's significant about a branch hanging. You see what I'm saying? One thing significant about a branch hanging is that it's easy to get to. So now the Lord he's showing signs that now this place is now it's going to be penetrated. It's easy to get to now.
And a hanging branch, when you go into a hanging branch on the tree, it's gonna soon fall. All it's gonna take is a push, a wind, rain, and it's
it says
that branch is weakened. And that's why it's in that position.
Yeah,
exactly.
Dalia was the Hebrew, which will be before Dali, because Dali is Hindu, I believe. It's a Hindu god.
Right. And it says this is from, well, I ain't gonna say this. So it says, all right, this is another point. It says significantly weakening the structure, right? Which
the worm is
infiltrate the canker.
Which is now what I just read was, it comes from the concept of why it would be bad to chop off a hanging branch, because it would significantly weaken the structure. That's what it's going into. It says that this chopping is doing more harm than good. So YAHWAH is actually chopping off this America, which is a hanging branch. He's chopping it off on purpose. It says significantly weakening the structure, right? Which the cargo crashing into the bridge is an example that is weakening in the structure of America. And so we are affected by the inflation, this, that, it says elimination of stunningly beautiful branch architecture that can never be replaced. So once you cut it, that's what the Lord's getting ready to do. This place is never going to be replaced.
Bro, that made me think about Humpty Dumpty. They talk about Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Right. It says it got highlight, right? It says insect damage, right? Right. These are things that come with a hanging branch. Brothers talk about the plagues of Egypt. This place is being it's talking about in Canada. You know what I'm saying? They got I forgot what the flying things is called.
Cicadas.
I don't know if it was locust. What's it called?
Cicadas.
Probably. But they getting hit with that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. The locusts in Egypt. Right.
The vegetation.
Yep. Going into the famine and everything. It says falling leaves and twigs, right? Which is symbolic for, like we mentioned a couple earlier, like his celebrities. These will be examples of like falling twigs, all right, that uphold his society, that keep Jake mind in that media that I was going into that with.
Ladder and fly.
Oh, that in Canada? Okay, the water. Now it says in decline, it says and no longer supporting active growth, and poor health and unable to defend itself against damage from disease and insect damage. You see, that's what you see in America. You see it not able to be able to defend itself from the plagues that the Lord is bringing. You see, it says,
if I may just add to your point, in Obadiah says, when thy set thy necks among the stars, then will I bring thee down to the ground. And that's exactly when he started putting those satellites up, you could see the destruction. Hey, before that time, America was good old America, racist and proud, right? But what it was like the 1940s, 1950s, they put those satellites up, and then ever since then, the bridges started breaking down, the infrastructure. The worm is consuming them. The decay is consuming them, man.
Right.
That's a prophecy that's taking place right before our eyes, man.
Now, this is Dali in Sanskrit, right? In the Sanskrit dictionary, it says Dali, right? It says a clod of earth. It says derivable. It says to split, right? It says to divide. The word Dali means to divide.
That's good because thinking about Apostle going into Daniel the 7th chapter, really like the open, you're going a little more into it.
Right.
We're talking about the rest of the beast. And America.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the majority of the beast.
Yep.
I was just thinking about it, that's their military might.
Yep.
America and shit like this. Went into that. What made me think it. Because they don't make no decision without America. Like if America want to push something, all these nations will agree to it. You know what I'm saying? Without a fight, pretty much. Because America is the head. She's controlling that beast. She sit upon that beast. And when you sit upon a beast, you got the reins to control it either way you want it to go. So exactly. You in the power, you sitting upon that beast, kind of like a horse with his rider. You got the reins in his mouth. You can control it wherever you want it to go. So America is that head that's pushing forth the that juice.
Hey, I was thinking about the Dali, actual Dali too. When you look up the actual Dali, it says actual Dali that's on like a U-Haul truck.
Yeah.
It says to transport heavy items from one location to the next. So that's why it's spiritual that they call it a Dali too, man. Yeah.
It says fungal growth or decay on a tree's trunk or branches. When you jump down to the point, right? Because it's a lot, but I'm gonna just read the point. It says a more extensive examination involves pruning off a branch and cutting it crosswise to expose its interior bark and growth rings, which will show areas of internal decay. And that's what's going on with the eclipse. It says in order to expose the interior decay, you gotta cut it with a cross. And that's what the Lord is doing to America with the eclipse. He's showing you these are signs, bro. These are spiritual signs. And back what year was it? It went one way, and then this in 2024, 2017, and now it's making a literal cuttings across America. X. You know what I'm saying? So, which is exposing the eternal decay, the eclipse, right? This is another sign. It says, and going back to that, it says Sanskrit dictionary.
Hey, that's spiritual, because when you X something out, you no longer want to use it anymore.
Right.
So the Lord is Xing America out because America is not going to be used. It was only used for one purpose. So as a prison for the Israelites. So America, we ain't gonna never go. This place is never gonna be used again. So you X it out.
This job is done.
Done. It says to be. It says to be divided. Right. It says Canada English Dictionary with a K. It says an invading or being invaded. This is what the word. These are different definitions, interpretations of the word Dali, man. It says an invading or being invaded, an invasion. And you have videos going around. They think, you know, it's an invasion cover up. They think this land is being invaded, you know, by that cargo doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about one of those chapters in particular is going about how the Lord gonna fill you with men.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Prophecy going into the truth, the far truth.
Yep.
Put their feet on the soil of America.
Yep.
They never been done. They're gonna pop this.
Yep.
Third children.
Yeah. Well, I
want to make mention.
Because really, you know what I'm saying? You lay siege on it, so the nation is gonna come together, amalgamate. Like the brother too early.
I was gonna make mention. I was gonna make mention of something because there was a guy like a couple years ago. He was talking about those foreign troops, how, you know, all those wars that America invaded those other countries, that those troops today were little children, and they watched American go into those countries and rape and murder their parents and shit. Now they're old enough, you know, they're gonna get revenge back when they get here.
That's why the Palestinians, them niggas fighting so hard.
Them
niggas been doing that shit from 30 years ago. And way back, 50 years, 60, 70, niggas been doing that shit. So it's just generations of niggas growing up and witnessing that. That's what the niggas process. They're political organization.
They show you that on the show NCIS. The dude, he was from over there, and he was trying to attack the U.S. on the show, and he the reason why he was trying to attack the show is because he was a child when they attacked his people, and he killed his family. So exactly.
But two, it just show you the spirit that's on these other nations too. You know what I'm saying? Because I always make mention of that movie, the 1985 Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Where Apollo Creed coming down with his top hat. And the eyes and shit, and that's what one of the Russian leaders told him. Like, see, you know, basically, like, you think shit's funny. Like, America raised entertainers and shit. It's a joke, you know what I'm saying, to the other people. They raise warriors, like, they put guns in their hands. Like, don't get me wrong. They into certain shit that's a part of entertainment. But, like, for example, like, you look at Vasil Lomachenko. Vasil Lomachenko, he a boxer. You know what I'm saying? World-renowned boxer. But when that shit happened with Russia and Ukraine, he put them gloves down and went to pick up the gun. You know what I'm saying? So it showed you the mindset. Like, they real about this shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't play with them. You know what I'm saying? They own some shit.
What? Let the weak say I'm the strong. Beat your plowshares into swords. So that's what's going on with these nations. You got Kim Jong-un saying he's a small, if you look on a map, that's a small landmass, but he got big allies, man.
You
know, we got nuclear capabilities.
I'm gonna finish this out so we can close out with this and then I got to close out with it because I ain't got enough. But it says an entering or being entered by an attacking military force. It says I can't read the. It says appearance of something harmful or troublesome as a disease. That's what this word Dali means, man. It says an invading or being invaded. Come on, man. It says again we talking about sudden. It says a sudden invasion. Right, was sudden we went into before, unexpectedly. You know what I'm saying? That's what
how YAHAWASHI going to invade.
Right.
Who shall lead me to eat?
Con.
And 60 up here. I'm saying we're gonna lead us as a prayer for King David.
It says any sudden invasion of a place as by policy for discovering and dealing with violations of the law or raid. And you mentioned a siege, and that's what's happening. This place is finally getting touched. You know, it's like it touched everybody else. It's finally getting touched, Lord. And what's interesting too, when you go into the word Dali, America is the #1 place where that name is used. It shows a chart, and the second place is England. And America comes out of England. So these are the two places where this name is dominantly used, man. Which I thought was spiritual in itself. And one of the last points, it mentions another way. It says that what is the meaning of Dali? A mixture of haze and smoke, harsh discordance of sound dissonance. So it says a mixture of haze and smoke, and that's what the scripture prophesied this place: a mixture of haze and smoke. In 2 Ezra 13. He said nothing was left to be perceived but dust and smell of smoke. When YAHAWASHI came with his chariots, right? Right on top of the which is concentrated laser beams, on top of the ICBM missiles from the nukes, the arrows being shot from the various locations, man. You see? Somebody said they had something. Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 50:24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware that are far off and also caught because thou have striven against the Lord. So YAHWASHI is laying a snare for Esau and his kingdom, man. And it's a snare that Esau really not even paying attention to. All right, because he has his mind, he's so full of pride that he believes that he's gonna pretty much fulfill his NWO, man. But the whole time the Lord got a whole snare, you know, he's about to pull the rug from under him.
Let me just add to your point. What did Isaac bless Esau with? The sword. And the scripture says, you know, hear about a sword, you shall die by it. That's a trap.
In the Psalm, the 7th chapter, that he made a pit and digged it.
Yep.
And he falls into the ditch which he made.
Psalms 9.
Is that Psalms? I said, yeah, Psalms 9. You're right.
Is that what you were quoting?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was trying to ask you.
No,
you know, Isaac is YAHWASHI. You know,
yeah,
so YAHWASHI gave him that blessing of the sword. Just to destroy his ass.
Yeah, can you go to that and then we close with that? Revelation 18, 17. Yeah.
It's Revelation 18:17. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught.
Yeah, this our forefather John said on the island. Yeah, for the vision of what's going to happen. I mean, you know, ships is mixed and different fears in another day. You hear right? How we know? Scriptures, the properties, man. That's part of the property. Talk about all the shit, man. They got rich in the fucking. Use my Acadian in the sea, man. See, this is our forefather, John the Revelator. He's pointing, having a vision of this shit, man. And we living right now like this shit happening. It's gonna get crazy. Lord willing, man. Hopefully another great. And it's a lot of shit though. Yep. It's Mississippi River, all these different rivers travel. They ain't talk about this shit. Shit been going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know. Go ahead.
Revelation 18:17. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ship and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
It's a cut on those who say that the whole earth will be destroyed by the nukes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some people watching America burn. You know, so this is something that you could use to combat that false doctrine out there, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be televised. You know, so this downfall is gonna be televised.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's gonna be able to witness and see our salvation and his destruction. They're gonna witness this. That's how they're gonna be able to know what's going on. Oh, those are the spirits, those are the men. It says like there's just 16. Then it should be known as my chosen.
Well, I was gonna say everybody gotta see YAHWASHI. But the scriptures say he coming with clouds and every eye shall see him. All right.
Verse 19, it says, Revelation 18:19, it says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried.
Niggas gonna be mourning. And cause they know it's up to them. Who took these? Now, hold on. They got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? It's over for y'all too.
The heathen rage. They think they're gonna run it, but in that time they're gonna know who.
It says weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein were made.
Yeah, they rich for it. They got money on that. Like the Lord the pastor said,
Like a
top bitch in today. The bottom bitch, right? The bottom bitch, the best dressed and everything. You hear me? Yeah, this bitch take it out.
Yeah.
You gonna be the best. That's your money. That's your bread and butter.
Yeah. That's why all that shit about the ruble and all that's a facade, bro. Because it would take too long for it to get to America's status. It would never reach that status. The other countries, because this is the place that the Golden City.
Y'all already moved already. Yeah.
Exactly. It would never go.
It says, alas, the great city wherein were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Instant. One of those words was easy, quick, fast. For that word Dali, it mentions smoke, haze, confusion. It's gonna be a lot of confusion, right? Literally, when you go into that word haze, it goes into a cloud, and different variations of how the scripture's talking about. It's gonna be darkness and everything, you know. And we talk about how I believe I said it was at night, but I believe it happened at night, right? The video.
It was early in the morning.
Right. So it was still kind of darkish, right?
Like 5 something in the morning.
Right. So it's all symbolic for his future.
Hey, if I may, that's how you know that they were playing, because how did you have the camera set up to catch it? How do you have the people automatically there to give you a report on what happened? Like they have reporters already by within the like Nero. You know what I'm saying? But they had it. It's similar to that.
Yep.
You doing this shit trying to blame somebody else. That's the MO.
Yep.
No, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." You know what made it? Sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say the dust represented obviously confusion, right? A lower state. All right, once he was lofty, he was high, right? And now he's being brought low. Because if I'm not mistaken, it talking about something about a widow too, dealing with that word. And this chapter in Revelation 18 talk about her being a widow, right? She said, "I sit a queen," you know. So now she's being brought down low, being exposed for the filth that she is. She might look good with the red dress and everything, but really her panties, she stink and all that, right? So, like I say, everything that good is not gold. So she's being brought down to a lower state, and the whole world is witnessing it, right? You got they just had a protest where these people took the flag and they replaced all the U.S. flags with different flags, right? Black American flag, I think resembles rebellion. The Hispanic flag and all these different flags. They took all the American flags down, threw them on the ground, burnt them, and stumped them. You know, so this place and its symbology and what it stands for is being brought low.
Yo, they had that chick on Game of Thrones. She was red witch. That was cool.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speak Spanish. Like this thing top. It's you know what I'm saying? She fucking red witch. It said, "Oh, virgin daughter, we made her a virgin. She was untouched, like the elder said, you know, untouched by military, destruction. No other nation came and attacked their soil."
Right. You didn't hear bridges being destroyed by cargo ships and the buildings falling down and whatever else happened throughout this history, man. These are not things that are common in America. These are they happen in so-called third world countries, which shows you that this place is becoming what they've created outside of these soils, third world countries.
Yeah. It's all the major wars, like World War II, like that.
Yep.
Oh, outside.
Exactly.
Those like what's the word I want to call it? Domestic. That for lack of a better term, they were domestic. Yeah, foreign, you got domestic.
Right.
Domestic is people that live there. So those wars, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It says, he went on in verse 1, it says, "Sit on the ground. There is no throne."
Right, because queens and people of higher royalty status don't sit on the ground. They don't feet don't touch. They have a certain status about them where they don't do the things that a servant do, a peasant. All right, so this place is being likened to a peasant, right, for what it really is. Go ahead.
Yeah, they get carried.
Right, they get carried. You know what I'm saying? But
It says, continuing on, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
right, you know what I'm saying? Showing you that this place practice wizardry and a lot of witchcraft, man. Go ahead,
It says,
divinations, right? That's the trap it goes into.
That's what the red. I said another thing too, because you mentioned something about like the visage or the resemblance of the woman. Oh, go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right, daughter, scripture's talking about the mother is as or the daughter is as the mother, roughly paraphrased, or the mother is as the daughter, right? They said the daughter of Babylon, linking to was that Psalms 137, I think.
Yeah, going to word daughter is personification.
Yep.
That's what the word daughter means.
Like an image. Likeness, yep. You know,
like a juvenile, she get it from her mom.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So everything that the ancient Babylonian culture did, and as well as the other culture ancient civilizations, this place mirrors those things. It's the same gods, it's the same systems, they just brought into one system, you know, which made it Babylon the Great, or America the Great, right? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm done.
The greatest wicked is
Right. It seems to reach into heaven.
Right. It's the most wicked time.
Yep.
It's the height of wickedness. It's the Babylon. That's why it's great.
Yep.
It's the height of shit that they do, shit that they promote, man.
Every time it reached the height, or it's in a drastic thing to bring it back down, just like he did in the times of Noah with the flood.
Yeah. Knowing this stuff persons. So that's the concept here. With because we talk about the Lord dealing with us. I'm just paraphrasing. It's in the Apocrypha and Maccabees. Nothing to talk about the Lord dealing with us. I ain't talking about that. 6 and like 14. You talk about how they come to the fullness of their sin.
Yep.
So that's the time that we deny him. Right. You to the fullness of your sin. What's going to be? When you give everybody the, you know what?
Yep.
When you give everybody the.
Right. It's all about that second. Talk about that second. That fall about the Lord don't move, don't stir them to the said measure people feel. You know what I'm saying? We read, I think I had it, one brother had it in second Ezra about Zion's iniquity is being fulfilled, right? So this is why the Lord is touching this place, man, at a greater level than he did before. You know, go ahead.
It says, continuing on, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right. Meaning you're not gonna be no more called the golden city, the place of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Where people, because I like brother, the elder from y'all was talking about something earlier that made me think of. I know a lot of Arabs and I know a lot of people that come from overseas that's here that got businesses, bro. I know a lot of people like that, and they talk about how they had to spend 10 to 12 years working to save up just to come here to live the lives that they have now. You know what I'm saying? They had to do a longer period of time over there just to live like kings over here, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the place of opportunity. People was willing to spend 15 years in a dungeon over where they from just to get over here to make it, to live the life that they desire.
They come over here in all actuality to take care of their family there. That's what they do. They get money here, and they'll send it over there, or they'll set up a business here. Then they'll let their cousin come 7 years later and put the business in his name so he can get tax free for 7 years. That's the land of opportunity.
Exactly. That's what the small hats did. That's why you got a lot of two families in Cleveland, because the small hats was living in those, and they would bring their families over. That's why it's a split house. That's where them two families come from. It's the small hats. You know, they was bringing their family over because this is the opportunity.
Opportunity for Jake, though.
Right.
This is our captivity.
Right.
So by the time you get a step up and you get knocked back down, man. Yeah. So it wasn't for you, it was the land of opportunity for Esau and the other nations, man.
I'm getting a piece of these niggas.
Yes. They get like double distance too.
Programs,
Bed showers.
Lower tax write-off.
Yeah, they don't pay taxes.
Was hardest working motherfucker on the earth. You niggas ain't working out working.
especially you ain't working out, Jake. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers always talk about they come on here and they stole the land, shit like this. What's that shit called when they giving the land away? Nigga that got $1 Indian. That's one, but the one you said that's yep. Brother, I was trying to say, man, he said it's just a land grab. You niggas are for this shit, man. What is you talking about? You niggas stole that land. Yeah. Jake, burned down Jake communities and devils. Oh, white people. Might start in it, man. Burn out Jake communities and rebuild over it. Yep. Build on your ass. You devils over there in the land. You know what I'm saying? You're over there in the land with pulling all these fucking tricks. Like Wizard of Oz. You niggas behind the camera over behind the curtain, pulling all the strings over here in this bitch. Yep. Yo?
That's beautiful. You could drop that. Yeah, we can close with that. That's beautiful. Close with that. Yeah, you could drop it.
This is Psalm chapter 9 and verse 19. It says, "Arise, O YAHWASHI, let not." Verse 16 it says, "Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed."
Right. And so this is how the Lord is doing all this. We, the prophets, the men of the Lord, aspiring men of the Lord, or when we are those men, we're telling you a name that's attached to the different things that's happening on the earth. So when the Lord brings these magnificent things at a greater level, you know that it's Yahweh, YAHWASHI, not JC, not the Hindu God, not this God. It's Yahweh, YAHWASHI. So the Lord is known by the judgments which he executed. Right? These judgments are spiritually divine. These things come from the heavens and they manifest here. That's why they're so great like that. Go ahead, all right?
It says, "The wicked is snared in the work of his own hand." Salat.
Right, because he thinks it's the issue in his NWO, but actually it's for his demise. It's for his downfall. It's actually the YAHWASHI's NWO. You see, he thinks he's gonna come on top, but it's actually for his destruction. Go ahead, all right?
The Lord shall upset them in their enterprise. That's another one. He shall upset their enterprise.
Right.
Their business, right? Their goal is to get the seahead, implemented, but he's gonna upset that.
Right. His plan.
He was talking about filet. He was telling that the goal is to be like people. That's devil. Devil so-called white people. That's like, paint the images out there. That the goal is trying to be like us. Yep. You see what I'm saying? The goal is to be like you. What that nigga Melvin tell baby boy? Be like you, man. What you devils? They ought to be like us. No, little nigga.
It's the spirit. I just saw a video yesterday. The little chick on the talk show. Yeah, got the melanin injection. She got the big.
Yeah, I seen her. Yeah. You probably a Jake, bro. I seen her too. I'm like, Jake, bro. You want to be Jake so bad?
But that's the point. Yeah, they want to be like. You got it out.
Got it. Verse 17 it says, "The wicked shall be turned into hell."
Right, they should be turned low. Right, they gonna be put in a low condition. Right, they gonna stay in captivity, man. Where they belong, man. They the basement. The lowest part of the house is the basement. The coldest place of the house is the basement. Where majority of the bugs, because it's underground. Majority of the bugs do what? That's the basement. Right, that's Esau. Go ahead.
What is good to say that the vile man shall be no more called liberal. So all this is just just bringing everything out. It says Psalm 9 and verse 17. It says, "The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget YAHWASHI." It says, "For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever."
Getting with the elect, the remnant. The scripture says what in 2 Ezra 15 that he shall avenge the prize, the blood, the Messiah and Christ. Right, roughly paraphrasing. So hey man, the Lord got our back, man. You gotta believe it, you gotta be fully persuaded in your mind. The Lord got you, man.
Yeah, because this devil built this empire off of our blood, sweat, and tears. They tell you in Sirach that the bread of the needy is their life. They flourish off us being, it says, son of a boy for a harlot, through her witchcraft and so forth in Nahum, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what the Roman Empire stressed. That's what they highlighted right? It was like Apostle Tar said, it wasn't really so more so about the captivity physical part. It was more so about putting us in tributaries, man. You know, and that's what this system. That's how this system came. Exactly.
Can't get ahead. Subject to payments. Can't. That's how you do it. You save your money. Draw your money saved. A portion of it. That's how you think these devils get. Who the fuck is that? You niggas get saved, working to live at your mom's house, have a job, save $10,000. See what I'm saying? Get a loan and this and that, put money in the stock. You motherfuckers ain't smart, man.
Right.
If Jake wasn't subject to payments, what you think we'll be at? The position that we, all the hours that Jake worked, all the money that touched Jake's hands. You know?
And there was an article that I read. It was going into how the so-called blacks and Latino families, even when the children work in the society, the parents be struggling so much that the children can't even have a job at 15 years old and stack up their money. They got to contribute to the house.
Yeah.
Like they like the little Edomite kid. Like Austin, I got 20 G's just laying around the house.
Yeah, just laying around. These Edomites really got, and that was a low level. He was a low level dude. You see what I'm saying? He was a Joe Dirt for the Delta. You know, all type. You know what I'm saying? One of them Edomites, man. Oh, he said he had his 20 G's laying around, man. That's what it is with these. That they is not in trouble.
These are not their problems they think about every day.
These niggas ain't worried about just like niggas though. They ain't worried about the supply chain and the ship in the bridge. They don't give a fuck about it. They say they secure. The same Psalm 73.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You know?
That's spiritual. You even mentioned Psalm 73 because it also mentioned in that chapter that it was until we went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then we understood their end. You know, so it wasn't until we came into the bosom of YAHWASHI that we know this place had an end to it. Now that we see that, we like, oh, it's synonymous and it's spiritual. It's connected to this and making a spiritual connection. Jake and everybody in the world is not putting these things together, you know. But this is how the Lord is speaking on the earth. Right? They think it's gonna last forever. Right.
No, these other motherfucking places that Jake was in, he thought that shit was gonna last forever.
Yep.
Yep.
You got it,
Psalm 9 and verse 19, it says, "Arise, O Yahawah, let not man prevail, let the heathen be judged in thy sight."
Yeah, and also in Psalm 73 it says, "O Lord, when thou awakest, despise their image." You know, and that's what the Lord did with the prophets. You know, we woke up, and that's started the downfall of this man's system. You know, a part of that was us waking up. You know, which his image is his system. The beast system that you see, this everything that you got, that's his image, man. This is how he speak. You know, by the philosophies and the doctrines, the political part, or the whole shit, man. You know, so because we woke up, now the Lord it's time for him to be moved out the way, man. You know, and now we're approaching the end of that. That's why you're seeing things like what we've been describing all today, man. You know, go ahead.
It's a beautiful part, man. You know, the Lord saying every time, a nation be destroyed, he first sent out the prophets to warn the people. You know, every single time. And that's what you got right now to this day. Every last one of these nations that control the earth, at one point they had an image that you had to follow. You know what I'm saying? Or bow down to, like Nebuchadnezzar wanted Daniel to bow down to his image at that time, you know. But guess what? The prophets were sent there to rebuke his ass. And it's the same thing today, man. You know, we gotta go to sleep.
Psalm chapter 9 and verse 20, it says, "Put them in fear, O Yahawah, that the nations may know themselves to be but Slakia, that the nations may know themselves to be but men."
I want to say this too, man. Esau going around the earth doing all this gangster shit, man. Thinking he God, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get rid of the natural way and substitute it with the fucking artificial way. Just trying to overthrow the Most High, man. The Lord about to show you damn devils, man. Right along with the rest of you nations who's standing in line, hoping to stab Edom, because these other nations want to stab Esau in the back too, because they think they up next, man. But the Lord about to show you damn heathens, man. Like one like Esther, you old heathens.
God.
Yeah.
Father Lord, 28. Yes, sir. I got it right.
Bring it out, brother.
This is Ezekiel 28. I'll just get to the point, verse 9. It says, "Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God, but thou shalt be a man, and no God." What's that in Thessalonians? Yeah, let's say that put it himself to be. It said the seed of God, right? Yeah. This devil, y'all really think y'all gonna be able to accomplish in idiot? Yo, these motherfuckers is idiot. You gonna be able to accomplish immortality? No. Go ahead. Verse 20, Ezekiel 28, I'm going to bring it back from the top. It says, "Without yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God, but thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee." That's it, man. Like the precept, the brother's read. Like Psalms 9 and 20, right? They know these stuff, but the scripture say that in Isaiah. You know? Yeah, it said, Isaiah 30. Come on, man. Yeah, we all riches. You know? Isaiah 30, talk about perfect charity.
Flesh and the Lord the Spirit.
Yeah, but they are men and not God. It literally say that.
If I may just add to that point,
Flesh and blood.
I want to add to that point. What makes you know, you know, the Lord is making us God through what? You know, through this process of burning. Right? The Lord created them way before He gave man, you know, man and women. So that's like the separate, you know, He's separating them. He's drawing a line, like, you know, you're not the gods, the Israelites are the gods. That's it. No?
I was thinking about Esau jets and shit. Got to get oil changes and tune-ups.
Right, bro. He's not
Serious road.
bro. Even his system when it's so, we talking about the bridge. He got to
functions.
He got to constantly build his bridge. And you see a nigga pack on the road. See all the niggas, like, what? What is this?
Construction everywhere.
Like, bro, this is
They
mad.
got malfunctions everywhere.
Bro.
And everything that this devil set up can be tampered with. You know, Russia tapping in with the election. Nigga.
Right. Like I said, man, me and Raquan used to talk about that. Everything is set up as it's for death. You got something in Cleveland called a dead man's curve. Why do that exist?
And that's if the thing is death.
Why do a curve like that exist, bro? Because you got it. What was that? It?
Yeah.
Lord willing, this is edifying. Straight. I mean, to the point. You know. Again, we like to give all honor and glory, infinite praise, and worship to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Right, double honors to our apostle, elder, bishop, great millstone, rule well, teacher on sound doctrine. These are the things that the Lord prophesied about. A Nomen, which is a name prediction. So, Lord willing, is edifying until next time. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.